What's up, everybody? Welcome to another show, SBR Picks. Make sure you guys go to sbrpicks.com/NBA. I'm your host, Jay Money. Today we have Blackjack Fletcher on the show. We're gonna be obviously mixing and matching Blackjack Jr. and Jordan. So all three guys are a part of the show, guys. So just what I'm saying, just letting you guys know. Today we got Blackjack Fletcher and we got Junior Browne. My guys are ready to get to it. We're gonna break down this Wednesday NBA card, but first we're gonna recap yesterday's. My guys, Junior, what's up, my guy? Everything good with you? How was your day yesterday?
It was all right. It could be better. I'm a little bit annoyed. My show picks went 1-1. Celtics actually put up a pretty good fight. I'm not gonna lie. Let it get away from them a little bit in the fourth quarter. They didn't really get to the line while the Jazz got to the line like 11 times. So the lack of size for the Celtics is obviously a problem. But listen, I went hard on the baby Bulls. I almost went trifecta with you, but I ended up going first half too. And they've gotten a couple consecutive 20-point wins. So everyone that thought the Bulls were all smoke and mirrors, they continue to show that they're a good value bet so far this season. How'd it go for you, Jay? Actually, welcome back to Blackjack. So I want to ask Blackjack, how'd it go for you, brother?
Great night for me, as always, Junior. Every night's a great night. You know, when you're walking around being a living legend like myself, every day's great.
Now, Blackjack really is a living legend, though, man. I know you say that just being Scott, but I remember you. I watched some shows of Blackjack before I was even a host for SBR. So that my guy here is really a living legend, to be honest with you, man. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, it's a nice day yesterday, man. Can't get too high, can't get too low. But the Bulls trifecta spot nicely cashed for us. They tried to piss it away in the second quarter, but end up whenever the starters came out the bench for OKC outplayed them. But then the second half they got it going, so we cashed it. First quarter it was up by 14. First half they was up by 8. Full game they smacked them by 21. Celtics really played a good game, guys, versus the Jazz. Jazz just they didn't have any answer for Gobert down low. I mean, like I say, the Jazz we had to look at the Jazz were coming off a loss as well. They were on for last four ATS. Heavy lean to the Celtics. Once I saw Thompson, I was like, there's no way that I'm even just going to sprinkle on it, even though he's not huge for them, but you still need all those bodies down low. Celtics going to be something, man, if they get Vucevic. I'm going to say it over and over again if they get him. But yeah, Jazz, 117-109. The Cavs got smacked up by the Heat, 98-113. Let's see. The Knicks, they put up a fight again, man, even back-to-back. They were leading most of the game. The 76ers came back and outscored them 26-14 in that fourth quarter. Like I say, held them to 14 points. Knicks kind of run out of gas. They covered the spread, though. So Knicks cover spread, but they don't win the game. 99-96 for the 76ers there. The Hawks smack up the Rockets. Rockets made a strong run. Them they're tied up the game in that third quarter, outscored them 34-20. Then the Hawks put their foot down. Rockets just can't close out games. Obviously, it's crazy. They almost covered the spread, but then everybody got the money with the Hawks. So congratulations, Hawks backers. Blazers, man, they outscored them 43-29 in that fourth quarter to come all the way back and win that game by 1. Dame went off for a 50 burger. He does what he do. The rematch is tomorrow, so we'll talk about that more for sure. Timberwolves go down versus the Lakers. Another one where they were in the game pretty much the whole way, and then the fourth quarter, mainly second half, Lakers just took off on them, late surge there. So it's kind of tough with some of those when you covering the whole game, but then you don't get the cash, my guys. So it's just kind of tough there, man. But you guys are here for today's plays, man. That's what we're here for. Let's get to it, man. Nets versus Pacers. It's always fun when we're talking about the Nets with Blackjack and Junior on the show, my guys. Junior, we'll go to you first. We got the Nets versus Pacers here. Nets laying 3.5 on the road, total of 233.5. JB, what you liking?
Can I ask you guys a question? Am I wrong to say that this line seems a little bit short? I mean, I know Blackjack doesn't really like the Nets too much, but I'm actually just kind of looking at the Pacers a little bit. Why are the Pacers more than one possession better than the Nets right now? I don't see a reason. The Nets are 13-1 in their last 14 games. I know that sometimes that they have problems covering spreads because their defense is still a little bit suspect. However, Kyrie is just cooking right now. And listen, James Harden hasn't even really played well. Let me say that again. James Harden could play better than he's played in the last 5 games that they've won in a row. He's only shooting 20-something% from 3. He's still getting assists. He's still getting to the line. Let James Harden even get back to his regular self. and this team can continue to take off. Kevin Durant's going to be back in the next 10 to 14 days. Everything about the Nets to me says that they're a bet-on team. Nothing about the Pacers says to me that they're a bet-on team. They're coming back from but they're coming back from a tough West Coast road trip. First home game back, and then they got to go back on the road again. I don't really like anything about this spot for the Pacers, to be honest. It seems like a pretty square play. But I'm on the Nets here. I think the number's short. I think the proper line should be something closer to 5, in my opinion.
Got you. Yeah, hey, it speaks volumes, I must say, Blackjack. What you thinking about in this one, man? You got the home dog for the Pacers. They've lost their last 4 home games, been on the road for a while. And you got the Nets here who've been at the house. You know what I'm saying? They've been at the crib for the past 3 games. Now step out on the road. Now, what you like anything here, Blackjack? Total side?
I do. I have a play in this game, and I'm going to start by saying that I want to give myself credit because it takes a big man to process information and change opinions. The Nets still are not winning the Eastern Conference. That bet absolutely stands. However, the Nets are currently hot. They're hot right now, and they are more talented than this Pacers team. I'm not stepping in front of them. It is a short number. I agree, Junior. I am a little suspicious of it because I think the number is too short. But having said that, sometimes you just got to take advantage of what they give you. And they're giving me the Nets, who are very hot right now against a Pacers team that's not on their level. I'm taking the Nets.
Got you. Hey, man, I understand it. The Pacers, they haven't been playing well. They're on 5 against the spread last 5 home games, so everything bodes well. It's crazy because the Pacers have actually been playing better on the road than they have at the house here, guys. So we just look at it real quick, and I do agree that the line's pretty short, to be honest with you. And I do think that this is one game where it's short for a reason, in my opinion. I do. So the Pacers coming off 3 straight road games, you know what I'm saying? So they showed you versus Phoenix, first game with LeVert, that they got a shot in the arm. They're going to be a lot better in the second half of the season, that they are starting to round back into form. You go and play Denver. You know what I'm saying? It's close in the third quarter. You just lose it in the fourth in the second half over there, fourth quarter. They couldn't get it done. I put that more on Nuggets really wanting to come to play. Guys, I think the Pacers going to get it done, man. It's just me. It's not an official play, and I don't have money on it right now. It's just a lean. But I think Pacers plus 3.5 is the play. You got the hidden Karis LeVert angle over there facing his old team. It'd be Pacers plus 3.5 for me going against the whole world. It's just a lean. It's not an official play. I have a better play than this one. But if I had to make a secondary play, it would definitely be the Pacers plus 3.5. I was looking at this one real strong last night. It was at 4, open at 4. It's down to 3.5. That line is super short. I think it speaks volumes. I think the bookmakers are trying to tell you that the Pacers can win this game long as they bring that defense that they did versus the Suns, my guy. So if you watch that game versus Suns, you see that Pacers team, they're winning this game. That's the only thing I got to say, my guys. Let's get to the next game. Yeah, heavy lean the Pacers for me. Next game up, Bucks versus 76ers here, guys. 76, I almost can't believe they're getting 6 points at the house. 5.5 points here at the house, Blackjack. So look, just real quick, Blackjack, you don't think that the Nets will win the East. You have to be thinking that possibly the 76ers are going to be the one that gets it done, Blackjack. What do you think about that? Just loose comment.
Actually, I think the Knicks are probably going to go on a run and take the whole thing. Nah, I mean, obviously, yeah, I think the Sixers are going to be a really, really tough team for Brooklyn to deal with. I think the size is going to be a problem for them down low. They're going to get out-rebounded by an enormous amount against Philadelphia, assuming Joel Embiid can get back to full health, which leads into this game for me. Without Embiid, they can't win this game. I mean, they've played well enough without him, but this is a horrible matchup for them without Joel Embiid. I'm laying the points with the Bucks on the road. I think Giannis is just going to get whatever the hell he wants tonight.
Got you. Junior, what you think about that? Just real quick, do you think that the 76ers can compete with the Nets? I know you like the Nets, so do you think the 76ers going to give them a run for their money? Will they continue this success? And then, you know what I'm saying, then you look on the game, my guy.
Yeah, for sure. I absolutely think the Sixers are going to give the Nets a run for their money because Joel Embiid is playing like an MVP. He's scoring, he's rebounding, he's getting to the line, he's making threes, he's making free throws, he's blocking shot. What does he not do, right? So as long as he can be on the court and stay healthy, they don't really have an answer for that. I just don't think the Sixers as a team overall can keep up with the Nets scoring. The Sixers offense really can struggle at any point, whereas that's not really a problem for the Nets. Again, the Nets struggle as defense, and they kind of need to get themselves another body. But it's fair to say that the Sixers are definitely going to give them a handful. There's no question about that.
Got you. Yeah, this particular game, guys, and I'm staying away from it. I wanted to look.
But hold on, Jay. I don't mean to cut you off. Me and Blackjack are going head to head because I got Philly plus 5.5 here. I think that the way Doc Rivers has the Sixers playing without Simmons and Embiid in the lineup recently, where they're just giving teams 20 pieces, I think that their team chemistry is really on another level right now. And this is not a team I even like. I made that pretty clear in the beginning of the season. I'm not a Sixers guy, but they've shown me enough, especially on the defensive end. They really play defense. And if you just look at Milwaukee, there's a couple of things that stand out about Milwaukee. First of all, they're not really winning by margin like they used to. Their margin of victory is down across the board. They're not covering spreads, especially as road favorites. They're 7-11 ATS on the road as favorites. I don't like them by this type of margin against a Philly team that's actually clicking, playing well, and has a togetherness that they didn't really seem to have under Brett Browne. Doc Rivers seems to, in my opinion, anyways, be getting the best out of this group. And finally, Sixers are just a different beast when they play at home. They play absolutely different at home than they do on the road, and I don't believe in Milwaukee on the road right now. They're not covering spreads, so give me the Sixers, who are on fire at the moment.
Yeah, I don't know. My problem with this game, I don't know if I believe in Milwaukee, period, man. Like, they have spurts, they show it, but, I mean, I know they won 9 of the last 10. They're really trying to get back on the right, but, like, a couple of those games versus the Wizards is just like, I mean, even the last game when they got up 15-20 real quick, it was like, okay, we're finna come out here and smack them. No, the Wizards still made a run and came back and damn near covered that game. So it's games like that scare me. I'm kind of with Junior here. I want to lean towards 76ers. I told y'all I bet against them the first couple of games. They didn't have Simmons. Well, the second one they didn't have. First game against the Bulls, they didn't have Simmons or Embiid when it smacked them 127, 105. And then the next game, they smacked the Wizards 127, 101 with Embiid. He went down with an injury. They started smacking them even more without it. So what Junior's saying is that the Doc Rivers just had them boys playing at a whole different level right now. I already told y'all a couple of days ago in a row, I'm not betting against Philly right now. I actually would lean the 76ers here. It is a back-to-back for them. They didn't have to travel anywhere, third game in 4 nights, but I still don't. I think that 5.5, 6 is a little too high. Obviously, the Bucks had advantage with Embiid's not playing, but they still got Tony Bradley and Dwight Howard. Still got a couple of bigs, not offensive bigs. So that means Simmons, Harris, Curry is going to need to pick up the slack, but it's just going to be an interesting game, guys. I lean 76, but I don't have anything strong on this game. So take what I got to say on this one with a grain of salt, my guys. Let's get to the next game. Celtics versus Cavs here. Celtics versus the Cavs. Blackjack, what are we doing with this one? Line 8.5 for the Celtics here. Cavs, third game in 4 nights, all that coming back to the house off of a road trip. Blackjack, what you like?
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be Celtics or nothing, right? But I just don't love this spot for Boston. I don't know. I mean, I get a little queasy with this Celtics team when you're talking about laying 9 points. I don't love it. So, for me, this game is a pass. The total sits at 214. But, I mean, Jesus, Cleveland is just playing so bad. I don't see an edge there either, to be honest with you. I mean, I just don't see it. So I guess I would lean ever so slightly to Boston and the under, but to me, this game just is not one of our better opportunities tonight.
Gotcha. Yeah, Tristan Thompson out, and Kemba Walker out, as we should expect that on a back-to-back. Junior, I mean, it is kind of rich, the 8.5 on the road. I can tell you this is not necessarily a good Cavs spot, though. Just looking at the spot alone, third game in 4 nights for him. Fourth game in 6, all this, and then you coming off of travel, off of back-to-back, first game back to the house, Junior. What do you think that's why this line's at 8.5?
I don't know, but I'm on Celtics first quarter -2.5 and first half as well. I think the Celtics come out and punch them in the mouth. I don't know if they cover the full game spread, though. I do agree with Blackjack, especially because of what I saw yesterday in the fourth quarter. Listen, I'm not going to compare Jared Allen to Rudy Gobert, but Rudy Gobert ain't no offensive force, so it's not that far off as a comparison. And Jared Allen has shown that he's pretty competent offensively since he's been on the Cavaliers. If you just give him touches, he can get fouled. He can make it happen around the rim. He's a good offensive rebounder. I'm not going to say I think Brooklyn made a mistake in getting rid of him because, that it was a necessary move for them, I guess. But he's a pretty good young big man, and I don't really like that matchup when it comes to covering in the fourth quarter. Again, I'm just maybe biased by what I saw yesterday. Gobert went 3 for 3 from the field, 5 for 5 from the free throw line. If Rudy Gobert is going to give you problems, basically any big man that can walk and chew gum at the same time is going to give you problems. So I worry about that a little bit, but I think in the first half, they just come out with a little bit of listen, I watched that whole game yesterday. The Celtics were up going into the fourth quarter, and they just couldn't get it done. I think they come back with a little bit of I don't know what the word is, but just anger, and they just need to get it together. Again, I've mentioned this almost every time I talk about the Celtics on the show. They're in the same division as the Nets and the 76ers, so they've got to win games if they want to get a proper seeding in the playoffs. Not looking like they're going to get a home seed with the trajectory that they're on. They're below 500 on the road. If they can't get it done against this Cavaliers team that has scored less than 90 points in a couple of games now in the last 2 weeks, then I don't know who they're going to get it done against.
Got Junior, what you get that first quarter and first half at?
On Bet Online.
Got you. No, I was asking the line, my guy. I was just trying to see what. Because I like it.
Minus 2.5 first quarter, minus 4.5 first half. Sorry, I thought you said where did I see it?
No, you good. No, I was just saying because hell, I like it too. I like so I think this is a Celtic spot. I think this is so they're coming. It's a back-to-back, and they're coming off not necessarily a bad game, but coming off a loss. It's a fade spot for the Cavs. I don't want to really lay that 8.5. I do think it could get ugly. The last time on January 24th when they faced off, the Celtics smacked them boys 141-103 at the house. The Celtics have won the last 9 games in this series. I'm with you. I think they come out the first quarter, first half. I hadn't bet it, but I do like the look. I do think this is a fade spot in the Cavs. And I was saying last night, I got to hop on the Celtics here in some way, shape, form, or fashion. So I may hop on that person. It's going to be personal play, but I may hop on that first quarter. So guys, I like the first quarter and first half. It's not official for me though, but I do think that just teaching you guys how to bet when you're playing on a back-to-back and you've been on the road for a while, and this is your first game back at the house, and it's a back-to-back. You see what I'm saying? Away and then home. It's a terrible spot, guys. It's an absolute terrible spot. It's literally damn near almost auto fade, almost. So it's a Celtic spot. I got to find out how to get on them some type of way. Let's get to the next game, guys. Raptors versus Pistons. The Pistonians. Raptors boys been losing like a mug, man. So what they gonna do? It's up to 4.5 now. So Siakam may play. Van Fleet may play. What they gonna do, Junior? This was your old squad over here. I think you still up there in Canada. What they gonna do, man?
Yeah. I'm actually gonna miss the show tomorrow because I'm flying back to Florida. So they're my team, I guess, for right now. But listen, they're gonna continue to lose games. They're gonna do. It's not looking like Siakam or Van Vliet are gonna play, to be honest, unless the reports that I've seen on
got upgraded. They got upgraded, my guy.
Yeah, I know, but just the tone of the reporters that I've watched on the channel here, it doesn't seem like they're going to play. But if they do, then I might be interested. But I cannot possibly get involved in this game unless I know that some form of scoring is coming back to this Raptors lineup. Because the only thing that the Raptors have done during this stretch where they're missing a bunch of these guys is jack up more threes and make less of them and lose a bunch of games. So I'm not interested in any of that whatsoever.
Got you. Blackjack, what we doing here? The Raptors, they've been losing. This line's been pounded up. My local then got it up to 5. I'll tell you, some people thinking that the Raptors get off of the streak tonight. I'll tell you how I'm looking at Raptors, Blackjack. What you got?
If I were betting this game, which I'm not, I would take Toronto. I think it's Toronto or absolutely nothing for me here. But I just... The uncertainty around Siakam and Van Vliet are just too much for me to pull the trigger on this. But I do think that you would – the lean for me, the strong lean would be Toronto.
They've lost. The Raptors have lost 5 straight games. I still do think they got their championship mentality. I don't think they'll be losing forever. They will start to show some positive upward movement. I'm glad they are Cavs versus the Bulls, but guys, I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. The Pistons don't really have a whole lot to play for. Mm-hmm. They really don't. And so in this game, if you're taking the Pistons, like they need to win the game. You're gonna want the Pistons to be motivated to win the game. And just the way I'm looking at it, I really don't think the Pistons have much motivation to win. I mean, maybe the coach will want to win this game. So you have a hidden angle there. He's the old coach for the Raptors. He's always gonna want to beat them, but he never can beat. So he beat them the last time. So it seems a little revenge spot. The Pistons beat them 129-105. Obviously, I think that was the first game when they were missing. Pretty sure that was the Raptors' first game, for this 5-game losing streak when they was losing all their guys. So it could be a little revenge spot for him. That was the first time that he's beaten the Raptors in 3 times. Now, just the way I look at it is Raptors are nothing for me. I agree with the line going up. I do think there's a slight chance. Now, see, Junior got more inside info than me because he's watching the channels and the reporters, and he's up there. I'm not. But just from what I'm looking at this morning, Siakam and Van Fleet have been upgraded from doubtful to questionable. So it's always somewhat of a good sign. And even the bookmakers have moved this line up from 2.5 to 4.5. They may even think that somebody's going to play here. This line's going up. So I lean Raptors, but I'm not mad. But the revenge spot, everything, they're tired of losing. I'll be looking at the Raptors here, guys. I'm only making probably one play today. It's the play that I love. We're going to get to it. But
Can I tell you something, Jay?
Please do.
So one of the reasons why I don't think Van Vliet is going to play is because he's talking about how difficult it's been dealing with COVID and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Like it doesn't even, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm just trying to read into what I'm hearing. He doesn't sound like someone that's like, yeah, I feel great. I'm locked in, ready to go. He's talking about how it was tough and all of that. So just try. If I know that them guys are in, there's no possible way I could look at the Pistons right now. Because I do agree with something that you said. The Raptors are not. It's not for a lack of effort that they're losing these games. Norman Powell hits a free throw. They would have beat Atlanta the other day. Mm-hmm. They've been hanging around in these games. Once they get their full lineup back, they'll get back to at least something closer to 500 as opposed to just a bunch of losses.
Yeah, and they fought versus Charlotte too. They could have gave up in that game and lost by 30 to 40 points. No, they made it respectable and really had it to about 7 to 8 points. They showed me a lot in that game. You're going to get smacked by the Bulls next game after exerting all their energy to trying to come back. I think this is a Raptor spot. I'll just tell you that. And I know Van Fleet there doesn't seem super inspiring, but let's just say they don't have COVID anymore, or they out of the protocols right now. It's just about getting the conditioning back. That's why they haven't been playing. So I really think they are good to play. It's just about when their condition is back. I think we'll see them today. I'm sorry. Them boys not finna fucking lose forever. But we'll see what happens. They're not in, but the books have moved it up 2 points. Let's get to the next game, guys. Me and Blackjack was talking about this one before the show. Warriors versus Rockets, my guys. Rockets have lost 17 straight games, man. 17 straight. This line was at 10 last night. So if you like the Warriors, you're taking 12.5 now. It was at 10 last night, but okay. So Christian Wood's playing. He is expected to play here. Victor Oladipo is out here, Blackjack. What we doing? Rockets money line back? Nah, I'm
Nah, I mean, listen, like you said, we were talking before the show, and I said I was doing some dumb stuff today. And this is one of them, but I'm not that dumb. Rockets plus 12.5 here. Once you told me that Christian Wood was back, leading scorer, leading rebounder. I mean, at some point, this team has to just cover a game, even if they don't win. Like, at some point, they got to cover one. You're getting your best player back, and I'm getting 12.5 points. I will roll the dice that tonight is the night that Houston covers a game.
Yeah, my guy rolling. I'll tell you, with this winning streak getting longer, bigger and bigger, one of these games, Rockets going. They might win that one and may not win the next one this season, but they're going to end this streak here pretty soon, guys. Junior, I don't know if it's going to be tonight versus the Warriors. I really wish they was coming off 2 wins. Then they go and party for Steph's birthday, and then this would be a terrible spot, but they got their ass smacked versus the Lakers. So they could come in here a little pissed, but Wood is back, expected to play for sure. He posting Dragon Ball Z, all type of stuff on his Instagram, like saying like he ready. He been in the chamber building up. Junior, what you think? Is Blackjack on to something here? Or is he crazy?
Yeah, I don't know nothing about that Dragon Ball Z foolishness, but I could tell you that with Christian Wood coming back into the lineup, I would actually lean Rockets plus the points here. He makes them a much different team. both ends of the court. And I also don't like really betting against history. You got to figure that if these guys have any kind of pride, they don't want to be the first team in the history of the franchise to lose 18 straight games. I see that record was set by the San Diego Rockets. I mean, I knew the Clippers played in San Diego at one point. I didn't even really know the Rockets played in San Diego. So you set in history for shit people don't even know exists. You can't allow that to happen. So let's just say you get some effort from the Rockets, which is not something that we've seen at all from them in over a month. 12.5 points seems pretty rich because, again, I think Wood just makes them a much more dynamic team. I think it's a little bit too many.
Yeah, I mean, I can't say the Rockets showed effort last night. I had to turn the game on. When they outscored them in the third quarter and made a run and tied the game up, I said, let me turn this shit on because I'm here for it. I want to see what's up. Kevin Porter Jr. out there doing what he do, going through the lane. Oh, let me go in. Oh, look like Kyrie out there, man. He don't have a shot, but he can get to the hole. I don't know. I'd like to see the Rockets cover the game. If Golden State had won 2 straight or whatever, and versus the Lake, I would be all over this shit. I would probably put some on Rockets money line, but they did get their ass smacked. They are the better team right now. The Rockets, they do get Christian Wood back. I leaned on them covering the plus 12.5, but I'm standing off of it, guys. I am. I lean that way though. Let's get to the next game though. Play of the day: Heat versus Grizzlies, my guy. And I'm just gonna go ahead and say what I gotta say because I'll let y'all do what you do. You see what I'm saying? This is my official play, man. Give me the Grizzlies. I did hop on this one last night. It was at +2. I took the money line plus 110 because I knew it wasn't going to be there. I knew that plus 110 was just kind of juicy. I didn't want to lay no juice. You see what I'm saying? Give me that plus 110. I think the Grizzlies go out here and win this game. The Heat, they have been red hot, guys. I said it's either going to be Pacers or Grizzlies, and I got to go against one of these hot teams. You see what I'm saying? I'd rather defer against, you know what I'm saying, the Kyrie and James Harden. You see what I'm saying? Because them boys there, you playing with fire there. I think they'll get it done. But, hey, this is a rest advantage spot. This is a spot where, what did I say? We're taking the more motivated team. We got the Grizzlies here off 3 straight losses. They lost their last home game versus the Nuggets. Played a good game, I might add. Nuggets just came back and stole that one. We still covered with the Grizzlies. Here, off in L3, the Heat, they're off 5 straight wins, guys. They won 10 out of the last 11 games. Who have they won the last 5 games from? The Pelicans without Zion Williamson. The Magic twice. That means nothing to me. Didn't cover neither game. The Bulls, they beat the Bulls on the back-to-back. I guess you could say it was nice. They were still when they were struggling right after break. And then they beat the Cavs last night. You know what this is? It's his 3rd game in 4 nights on the road. This is the 5th game in 7 nights for the Heat, coming back off the break. This is an absolute phase spot for me. Nothing's guaranteed. I'm only one unit on the guys, or suggest you one unit, but I'm on the Grizzlies tonight. I'm not on first quarter, first half, nothing. Full game. I don't care what the Heat do in the first half. They run out of gas when it comes to the fourth quarter. The Grizzlies play lock. They're going to play lockdown defense tonight. They're going to play hard. Need Winslow in there with some of that revenge against his old team. 1 through 10, I think that the Grizzlies can hang here. We saw it move from +2 to -1 for the Heat. I agree with it. Grizzlies, top play. I'll go with -1, or pick. I'll go with Grizzlies pick, official play. Let's go, Junior. What you like?
I took Grizzlies +2.5 pretty early on, honestly, because of one of the things that you said. It's Miami's 5th game in 7 nights, whereas the Grizzlies are a rested team. And I watched that Grizzlies game that they did cover. They play pretty good. The Grizzlies are still being undervalued by the market, I think. Obviously, they're not going to be the favorites with the way Miami's playing, having won so many games. Miami's not covering spreads, though. So, listen, I've cashed a lot of tickets with Memphis this year, especially when I'm taking points. So I'm all about taking points. I actually wanted to take a money line, but I just don't want to get too greedy. I'll take the +2.5 points because I know that these guys are going to fight tooth and nail for 48 minutes and keep the game close, if not win outright.
Gotcha. Yeah, now Gio in the chat, just real quick, I got to correct you. He said I took Rockets yesterday. I did not have money on Rockets, Gio. Just being perfectly honest with you. Blackjack, Junior, I like to play. I hope you cash, my guy. Let me just say that. I'm rooting for you hard. Blackjack, what we like? What we liking in this game? Are you riding? Are we making a trifecta?
I'm not going to. I like everything you're saying. And I can't bet on Miami because you're right. The schedule.
I'm not on Miami.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. I can't touch Miami because the schedule spot is awful, but I just don't trust this Memphis team enough. I mean, Miami is playing the best basketball of the season so far. So for me, it's a pass. I like what you guys are saying. I think you're on the right side. I just don't want to step in front of the Heat right now.
Bro, I fucking did. All right, I can't get too excited. I'm sorry. And I'm sorry, but I do some videos at night, guys. I do, and I said that Jimmy Butler may not play, and Junior, and I really appreciate because Junior always tells me you can't get too high. But I said that Jimmy may not play. Like the Heat don't need this game, guys. They've been winning so much. They've been winning so much to the point where they really don't have to win this game. You got the Pacers on deck the next game. You see what I'm saying? It's a much bigger game for them at the house. This is 5th game in 7 nights back from the break. You're going on the road for a meaningless game against a Western Conference foe that needs the game more than you. All right, I'm not trying to get too hyped, guys, but if Jimmy Butler didn't play, this is a Grizzly spot. Nothing's guaranteed. And the Heat could still win. But this is a Grizzly spot. Next game up. Hornets versus the Nuggets, my guy. Hornets versus Nuggets. Junior, what you like on this one, my guy? I gotta put some more. I gotta do something real quick. What you like, Junior?
I actually don't like a side. I have a lean on the over. I think this number is a little bit too low. What is it? 228.5. My heavy lean is to the over. I just want to crunch the numbers a little bit more, but I'm probably going to end up taking it as soon as I get off the show once I get a little bit more time to study this. I think that Charlotte's in a groove right now. They're playing with a lot of confidence. They aren't afraid of anybody out there, and I think that Denver's one of these teams that first of all, if Denver's going to get back to where they think they should be, they're going to have to start defending at some point. Their defense is definitely just not up to par. Their offense is great. They look great on offense. Jokic obviously is putting up insane numbers, but their defense to me is very suspect, which is why I feel like this number's low. I feel like they're going to have to score $120 to beat Charlotte, and I'm going to make it official over 228.5.
Hey, you talked yourself into it, my guy. Make it official.
I'm going to do it anyways. I just didn't do it yet, and I don't usually give out plays that I haven't done yet, but I'm really going to do it once I get off. So it's official. That's it.
Production, guys. We're on the Hornets versus Nuggets game. Hornets versus Nuggets. Blackjack, what you liking in this one? You like that overplay with my guy here?
I love it. I'm riding with Junior on this one. I love this over. The Nuggets are a team that defensively is going to struggle with the way the Hornets want to play. And Junior, you hit the nail on the head with Charlotte. They are not intimidated by anybody right now. I mean, they're playing with a chip on their shoulder. It's been great to watch. I think this number is too low. I think you're absolutely right. It's going to take about $120 to get there. I'm going to go with the over here with you.
I couldn't talk you off on any Charlotte Hornets over. I could not. Nuggets are a damn good offensive team as well. I don't have any look on it, guys. I really hope you can. The over and that one should be the right side, in my opinion. I don't play totals though. Let's get to the last one. Clippers versus Mavs, guys. Clippers versus Mavs, an intriguing game. I did say Dwight Powell's going to play here, but it looks like Dorian Finney-Smith may not play. In theory, it's a nice little revenge spot for the Mavs. This is a toss for me, guys. Mavs are my team. Clippers, they just got the win, but the Mavs, they just barely did. I think the Clippers will go on a little win streak. I'm staying away from this game, guys. What you liking, Blackjack?
I'm taking the Clippers minus the 2. I think this is a good spot for the Clippers. I think their shooting is going to carry the day. As you mentioned, the Mavericks may not be at full strength here. I like the Clippers, taking them.
Got you. And I like the Grizzlies, my guy. And I like the Grizzlies. Junior, what we doing on this one, my guy? You like anything on this Clippers versus Mavs spot? Maybe a little underplay? What you liking?
No, I got a heavy lean to the Clippers. I haven't made it official yet. That Dwight Powell news is, I don't know. It's the Clippers don't really have any big men, so it doesn't really move the needle for me that much. But I heavy lean to the Clippers. I like this number. I see it's gone down to 2, which makes me love it even more. It's not official yet, though, but I'm looking. I think the Clippers right now haven't even played their best basketball, and they're still hanging around the top of the Western Conference. So I feel like once they get into gear, because we forget they got a new coach, right? There's a couple of tweaks. I'm sure he does a lot of things similar to Doc. But after all the complaints that some of the teammates had, especially about the Kawhi treatment and the way certain things were done, It's been a learning curve over there, and I still think that they've been able to get a decent amount of wins, considering we at no point have we said this season, wow, the Clippers look great or the Clippers are on fire. They really haven't been, yet they're still a top team in the Western Conference. So I think that the second half of the season, they're kind of due for a run at some point. A team like Dallas, I feel like the thing with Dallas is that I don't like, Jay. Going to be a little bit biased against your home team. I find their wings. I find their wings. No, I'm saying I find their wings are a bit small. And when you're playing against Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, it's not really a great recipe for success. Plus, they can throw both of them at Luka. I just never liked Dallas in this matchup against the Clippers. It just seems like unless Porzingis plays at his best. I don't know. It's a pass for me.
Yeah, I loved them in that first matchup of the season, man. When there was playoff revenge, they was smacking their ass at 50 at the half. So the Clippers remembered that game last time. And like I said, I'm with you on that, and I've said it over and over again. I do think the Clippers are going to go on a run here. I'm talking about like a run like the Heat are on right now, like 10 out of 11 or 11 straight. I do think it's going to happen. The Mavs, there are no pushover. Just one thing, the Dorian Finney-Smith, with him possibly not playing, he is one of those guys that would be on Paul George or Kawhi Leonard the whole game. So their wings would get even worse if Dorian Finney-Smith doesn't play. You definitely need him on Kawhi for sure. But Powell, they will get Powell back. Like I say, I don't have a single look on this game, guys. A true watch. I can see it going either way. Blackjack, break them off with your official plays, my guy.
All right, we got quite a few today, and as I said, I did some dumb stuff. So, all right, Milwaukee -5.5, Brooklyn -3. One we didn't talk about. I took the Wizards -2.5 against the Kings too. Rolling with the Washington Wizards tonight. Also, the San Antonio Spurs +1.5 against the Bulls. I think it's a tough back-to-back spot for the Bulls. I took the Spurs. Rockets +12.5, over 228.5 in Hornets and Nuggets, and Clippers -2. Jesus, that's a lot.
Hey, I hope you cash, man. It sounds like some nice little plays. It sounds some nice plays there, Junior. What you liking today, my guy?
Yeah, I got a lot of plays today too. I got Philly +5.5. I got Brooklyn -3.5. Boston first quarter -2.5, first half -4.5. I got Memphis +2.5, and I got the over in the Charlotte Denver game.
Got you. Yep. Hey, Grizzlies for me, man. Pick top play for me +110 last night. Pick right now. I'm on the Grizzlies. No win, lose, or draw. I like to play. You see what I'm saying? We'll be back tomorrow for sure. Yeah, leans. Like I think the Pacers are the right side, guys. Not official play, and I don't have money on it. I truly believe Karis LeVert is coming to play and show up his old team. They got a shot in the arm. They're playing a lot better now. It would be Pacers for me, guys. That's the secondary. That's just the strongest lean. So official play, Grizzlies, full game. And then heavy lean to Pacers for me, guys. I like both of those plays. Let's cash them. Let's be back. We'll be back tomorrow. Make sure you guys go to sbrpicks.com/NBA. That's Junior Browne. That's Blackjack Fletcher. So Blackjack will be back with us tomorrow. Junior be out. We'll see if we're trying to get Jordan in here. Hopefully Jordan will be in tomorrow. But Blackjack and me for sure will be here, guys. Come back and we'll be here, my guys. Thursday show. We'll be back tomorrow. We gone.